Instead of trading meme coins, I switched to deving, and as you can see, I am quickly approaching $1 million inside my Phantom wallet. And I tell you what, if you follow this video, I will show you the simple step-by-step process that got me from a poor trader trying to scratch by to a millionaire. So you can do it too. This video is for educational purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. Your capital is still at risk. I'm just here to explain how the process works. Now, I'm just going to ask for a little bit more patience, and then I promise it will be rewarded with the method that I use to make all that money. So let's have a quick look at one of these charts here, and you can see that from the looks of it here, look, this coin was flat out for ages, and then all of a sudden it had a massive kick up. And I wager that this huge kick up was because they used a method that we are going to use, or something similar that we are going to use to make our coin flare up on the market as well. So, you know, that was almost a bit unnatural, where all of a sudden out of nowhere we've got this massive kick up in terms of the coin's value over the course of maybe a couple of hours, right? Whereas before there was like nearly a whole day where, you know, it was flat. Now that's really interesting, and you know, I'm going to show you perhaps how they've done that as well. Now take a look at this. These P&Ls are all over the place, and you know, mine are a bit more consistent, and the reason mine are consistent is because deving is a consistent way to make money. As long as people put their soul into your coin, you are guaranteed profit every single time. Okay, so we are going to use createcoin.fun. That is the platform that we will use to launch our own coin. Okay, and the best part is there is no coding required. Okay, so you don't have to do any coding at all. Back in the day, that used to be a real barrier for people because coding is like really hard. It sucks, you know. I suck at coding. I don't do any really, but you know, if you have a bit of Solana, you can launch your own coin without any coding, just pushing a few buttons. Okay, and then we can put our coin on the market. So speaking of markets, we are going to have a look at the pump market at the moment. Now, as you can see, a lot of these coins here, the market caps aren't huge. A lot of them are in the 1 point something, 3 point something Ks. You get a few 35s and a few 10s of Ks, but these are the exceptions. And along with these, there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of shit coins that are just getting completely forgotten underneath the flood. They're always happening. Okay, so let's come off of pump. Let's switch to the Metora market using dynamic here. Okay, so these are the coins that have been migrated over, and as you can see, they are making some serious cash. So you've got here 2.5 billion on the BB coin, okay, 1.8 billion on the Cash Cat coin. That is a lot of money. Now, we are going to use that market to our advantage. So with just over $100 in our Phantom wallet, that's the recommended amount I'd suggest you have in your Phantom wallet before you get going. We are now going to connect that wallet to Create Coin. Okay, if it's in your browser, it will find it automatically. Okay, so we will connect our coin there, our Phantom there, and then we could put our token name in. We could come up with a symbol and a cool narrative. We could do some marketing. We could tell all our friends, please buy my coin. But we're not going to do that because, frankly, I'm lazy. And what we're going to do instead is we're going to use this tool here, which is the copy trending button. Now, this is a particular tool that createcoin.fun uses to find those coins that are doing really well already on the pump market, and then they are going to migrate them over, and then we will have ourselves a hyped up coin that already has some momentum. So we don't need to worry about all that hard work of building our narrative. You can see here the information it's got when it was last paired. You've got the potential market cap there, and this just gives you a good idea of how well that coin is going to do. A lot of this is over the long term, but we don't need to do it over that much of a long term. We can get it done in quite a short term. So a few here, I mean, any of these would be a good choice, to be honest, because they are trending, they're doing well, so we might as well you know, take advantage of that. So I'm gonna pick maybe this exit liquidity one because it's almost a bit of a manifestation, right? We're gonna call it the thing that we are gonna take advantage of. Now, the request will initially be blocked. You must press proceed anyway. Okay, then you must press confirm. Okay, and then you must check a box and then click confirm. Okay, that is a normal part of the process, happens every single time, so please make sure that you do that, otherwise obviously you won't be able to proceed. So I do this every single time. It's just a natural part of this process. Okay, and now we will have our own copied token. Congratulations, you are now the owner of your own meme coin. Isn't that great? Now we need to create a liquidity pool. Now this is what puts the initial value to the coin. So we have got to put a bit of our soul into the coin to get it kickstarted. And as you can see here, we've got a bit of information, but the only thing we need to worry about is the amount of soul. So what we're going to do is we are going to put in a bit of our soul, and I would recommend about 0.2 soul. Okay, that is what I would put in. A bit less and it'll affect your you know, profits at the end. A bit more and it could give you a bit of a head start, but you know, depending on the market, it might just be more overhead that you have to worry about cut away from your profits. So let's create a pool, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to confirm that transaction, and that will put our coin on the market, as we'll see at the bottom here. So here are some quick details about our market. You can see you have got the coin itself, you've got the link, and you've got the amount of SOL, the amount of tokens, and the monetary value of the coin, currently at $15. Check out this lightning bolt here. This is a crucial part of this process, okay? This is boosting our token. That means it's going to kick us to the top of Dex Screener's trending list for 1 hour. Cost 0.25 SOL, but this is an investment that will, you know, duplicate its value very easily, okay? So only 0.25 SOL, and we will make plenty more on top of that. So what we're going to do is we are going to boost our token, and when we do, all those bots and all those trend chasers, they are going to see our coin and they're going to fall in love with it immediately. So let's hit confirm on that one there, and now we are boosted. We are up at the top of the charts, exactly where we need to be. I'm going to take a quick look on Dex Screener now at our coin. Let's see how it's performing. Okay, so we're at the start here. Just give it a bit of time to refresh, and here we go. Okay, so we're already at 37 traders. You can see this coin is already pretty hyped up, and it got that immediate boost right at the start, and that is because of this boost token option. Remember I said before, we looked at that coin from earlier and it had a massive boost at the start? That is probably because they're using something similar to what we're using now, or they might even be using this very same thing. So here we go. You can see we are skyrocketing, okay? Our liquidity already at 1.5k, 2.2 now, and our market cap is at 4.6k. We are already miles ahead of most of the competition on pump, and we've hardly been running this coin for any time at all. So I've ran this for a bit now, and we can go back to createcoin.fun. We can hit our refresh to see how much that coin has gone up in value. Started at $15. We are now, drumroll please, at 1.3k, guys. We have nearly 100x'd our initial investment. That is incredible. We have got 16 SOL in the coin. That is brilliant. We are going to remove all of it. Manifest destiny, okay? That is our liquidity removal that's going straight into our pocket. Of course, I make money with each of these videos. If you like, subscribe, and leave a comment, I will put you in a prize draw where you could win half of what I make on this video. Let's have a look how much that is looking like. 1,300. So basically 1,200. You're looking at winning potentially $600. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and try this method out yourselves.